What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It has definitely been a long time. I think the last last vlog I did was about like 4 or 5 months ago, when I gave you guys an overview on the setup I had on my Toyota 86 turbo setup I had. If you guys have been following on my Instagram, you know that unfortunately back in December the 86 did end up getting totaled. It was definitely really difficult for me, and that car meant a lot. I had had it for a very long time. It's the first car that I ever worked on myself. All the hands-on experience that I had gained from working on cars had come from that car. So losing it was tough, and I had big plans for what I wanted to turn that car into, so it was hard to just see it go. But I didn't want to let that be the end of my journey, and it definitely isn't the end of my journey. As you guys can see behind me, this is my new daily Subaru WRX, but as you guys may know, I did have plans to drift the 86, and I'm not going to be drifting this. This is not the drift car, it's just a daily, it's not a project car. But I did recently pick up something that will serve the purpose of being my drift car. And I just picked it up not too long ago. I flew all the way down to Florida to pick the car up and drove it back up here. And I got to stop by Tail of the Dragon on the way up, which was cool. It was really great to drive through there and experience that. And I vlogged the whole thing. So the next few videos is going to be the vlogs that I recorded while I was out there. And I'm really excited to show you guys what the next step for me is. And I'm also excited to take you guys along with me on this new journey that I'm taking. So, don't really have much else to say. I'll take you guys right into the footage. At the airport, we are ready to fly out. I'm like a few minutes late, but it's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna make it. So, as you guys can see, I'm in an FRS, and this is the car that I just bought. It's a 2015 Scion FRS, and this car is very special. I'm at the dealership right now. I'm about to leave. I'm gonna get some food, but I am gonna give you guys a walk around of this car. But I need to go get something to eat because I just had a long traveling day. Alright, so I just got to my hotel room in Orlando. I'm only going to be staying over here in Florida for a day. Tomorrow, I am going to be leaving for North Carolina, and I'm going to be driving this new FRS through the Tail of the Dragon. Been wanting to go there for a while, and it just kind of makes sense to be able to visit there on my way back. So, staying here for today. Tomorrow morning, going to be heading up to the Tail of the Dragon, and it's going to be staying over there from tomorrow, which is gonna be staying in North Carolina from Friday to Sunday morning, leaving Sunday morning, then driving back up to Massachusetts. So I'm about to take the car out right now. I actually need to go to the store and get a new SD card for my GoPro, and I'm gonna record some GoPro footage of me driving the car. So I'm also gonna get you guys a walk around as well too of the car, because there's some important details on this thing. So this is my new 2015 Scion FRS Rally Series. So I'll basically give you guys a rundown of like the specs on this thing because it's something special. So as you guys can see, it's the Yellow Release Series. Some of the things that this car has: you have a carbon fiber hood, yellow paint. There's like this pinstriping that the car has around on the body, which is pretty cool. We have the red Valentes as well, and it's got the quad tips. Have some RPF ones as well, and in the front we have a AP Racing big brake kit, which is pretty nice. So, pretty good stuff. But what's important is what's under the hood. If you guys remember, my 8.6 was boosted. Well, I don't want to leave the boosted life just yet. So is this one. Slightly smaller turbo than what I had on mine, but that's fine, honestly. Not too big of a deal. So that is why this car stood out to me, and why I'm all the way out in Florida to pick it up. Alright, it's gotten kind of dark, but it took me a minute because I wanted to hit to reset up my GoPro, but take this thing around for a quick drive. So currently I am in Orlando right now. That's where the car was. And basically a little backstory around the car is, for the longest time I always wanted a release series. There used to be a yellow one where I used to live, where I grew up, and that thing was like always really cool to me. I just like love the yellow color. Yeah, so these release series were always like super cool to me. So after I had lost my 8.6, I started like looking around for one. When I kind of decided that I was gonna end up getting myself into another ZN6. I started looking for an FRS with a yellow and stuff like that. I had originally come up upon a different car, but the price was like really high for me. So I knew I was gonna have to negotiate with the dealership because the price that they had was just kind of ridiculous. And I tried to get in contact with them, and I was just like having trouble like getting in contact with them. I guess it was just like the time with me working and stuff like that. It just like wasn't working out well, and I never got in touch with them until like probably a week after I had first like seen the listing for the car. So at that point I'd gone in contact with them, and they had told me the car had already sold. So I was like, all right, that's fine. The car was kind of overpriced anyways. I mean, the mileage was good. It had like 20,000 miles, but it didn't really stick out to me just because of that price was just kind of a little bit too much for me. And I didn't see the dealership negotiating that too much. So this is literally the same day. This is like the morning before I go to work. I'm looking through AutoTrader, and I see this thing. It's a release series Scion FRS, and I'm like, all right, looks good. The price looked good, way better than the other one I had. I was looking at like $5,000 cheaper, had a little bit more miles, but you know, it looked pretty good. I started going through, and what I noticed, like the car had some money put into it. It wasn't completely stock, but you know, it was kind of nice that it had some good mods already put into it. So I'm looking through, you know, I see wheels, basic things. All right, has a carbon fiber hood. All right, that's cool. And I noticed that the car's sitting pretty low, probably on coilovers. Great. Then I noticed that it had the AP Racing like big brake kit, and I was like, oh shit, all right. Now I know that whoever had this like definitely put some serious money into this, right? So that was like a point when I was like, all right, this is a good deal. And then I go to like one of the very last photos of the engine bay, and little do I know, this thing has a turbo kit on it already. So at that point, I was like 100% committed. I'm like, yep, that's it. I'm getting it. So I immediately like called the dealership, and I messaged them, and I was like, called them just to like see the car in person, make sure the thing was like at least real. And sure enough, it was. And next thing you know, I'm flying out to Florida about like a week and a half later. And here we are, I'm in Florida driving the car and gonna be taking it home. So it's pretty exciting, and I'm excited for what I'm gonna end up doing with this car. For people that are asking, yes, I still have my WRX. That car's gonna be a daily, but this car's gonna be like the fun track car. terms of plans that I know immediately that I'd want to do, since this car isn't going to be my daily, I can let this car be a little bit more track focused. So like bucket seats, quick release, and stuff like that, I definitely want to get done. I also want to swap to my Tomei because I still have all the parts, most of the parts from my old car. So I want to switch the cat back because this thing is kind of quiet as is, and I would like it for it to be a little bit louder. So definitely some work we could do with the exhaust setup. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. This is just kind of simple, like me picking up the car. Honestly, didn't get to vlog as much as I did just because of like the chaos of everything. My flight almost got delayed, so it was a very hectic process trying to get here just to pick the car up. But we got the car now, and I'm gonna be doing a whole lot of vlogging on my trip back up. Like I told you guys, I'm gonna be visiting Tail of the Dragon on my way up, which is gonna be very exciting. I'm gonna have like a whole day to drive through that area, so I can't wait to do that, and I'm sure I'm gonna be able to get some great stuff out of that. So I'll get one more good pull for you guys, maybe like 2 more good pulls. Roll the windows down. Car's set up well, it's got good power. It is probably a little bit more responsive than my old car. I'm curious if the exhaust setup it has right now might be holding it back a little bit. There's a good chance that it might be. I don't 100% fully know what this car is running for an exhaust setup, but I'll definitely get a look at that when I end up getting this car home. So that's gonna do it for today. Next update will be tomorrow when I start tripping this car up to North Carolina and to the Tail of the Dragon. See you guys. Oh, a bunch of Porsches and a Ferrari, BMW, Porsche. Nice. Oh, is that the GT3?
You might want to pop your hood real quick,
yeah,
man.
Check it out.
Check.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got oil there for sure.
Oh yeah.